All right, so we are live. We're just we'll wait just a second. We're getting so many emails and messages, and we just wanted to give everybody. Now I think we'll be good now. But anyways, we're getting so many emails and messages. We thought it'd be better if we just did just a little short live stream to get everybody caught up as to what's going on around here, storm wise. We're gonna see. Wait just a second so people start hopping on here. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. So we just thought it'd just be easier for us. I put out I did a post to let everybody know that we were all okay here. But I just wanted to jump on here live real quick because the big storm that came through, they're saying right now a EF3 tornado did come through. We did have to go to our safe room. That's the first time we have gone to our safe room. And we loaded up and went into our safe room. The actual tornado went south of us.
Just a little bit south.
Yeah,
it wasn't a whole lot south, but enough south where we were not impacted.
Right. But our hometown that we moved from to the 40, it got a direct hit. It looks like it was a mile wide path, at least a mile wide path. So it did hit our hometown, dead center of our hometown,
which is Selma, Alabama.
And it's bad in Selma. We haven't been there yet because we can't get there really. The roads are impassable right now. But our hometown got hit really hard. We did get affected because of that, but also my granddaddy, y'all know him from our videos. He's just recently turned 100. His house took a direct hit. His house has got significant damage. We know the roof is gone off of it, and we know there's a tree laying in their living room. But my granddaddy is okay, and his wife Shirley is okay. Now, my granddaddy did suffer a slight injury. A roof joist is what he's saying did hit him in the head and knocked him out. But he's okay. He went to the ER, got checked out. He's fine there. And my granddaddy is in a hotel right now. So they're okay. But our hometown, it's probably going to be, we'll probably start seeing more stuff tomorrow as to how much and what all is damaged. But it does not look good at all for our hometown. It is, oh my gracious, it is, whew.
It's like any news footage of a direct hit tornado to a city.
Yeah.
And it's just devastating.
It hit probably about 4 blocks from where I would have worked, where I was working before, I started doing this full time, which was the dealership I worked at. So, I mean, it got so close. I mean, but so far I haven't seen anything that says that there's been any loss of life yet, but I know there's still some entrapment. I don't know. Hopefully everything's okay. There was a school that took a pretty good hit, but the school board came out and said that everybody's fine. Or the schools, no students were hurt or injured. So that was that really had a lot of us worried. But everybody at my work's okay. Everybody that we know that we've reached out to has been okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's not a place that you want to venture into right now to sightsee. And Granddaddy is safe. Jason's parents are safe. There's no reason for us to go. And we couldn't get there if we wanted to.
Right.
Our initial thoughts were when we talked to Granddaddy is we got to go help. But we quickly realized that the roads are impassable and you can't get into the city of Selma. He is safe after being evaluated at the hospital, and he and Shirley are at a hotel until the damage can be reviewed. And Jason's cousin was able to take some back roads and luckily get to him because he didn't know the extent of his injuries. All he knew was that Granddaddy had been knocked unconscious.
Yes.
And Jason was actually on the phone with Granddaddy's wife while the the whole thing was happening.
Yes.
And the roof just had blown off the house.
And she just saw the tree in the living room when I called them.
And so she was okay at the beginning of the conversation, but towards you losing her due to the phone situation,
Yes.
she wasn't so okay.
Right.
So we let it calm down a little bit and call back. And I talked to Granddaddy, and he said that it was unlike anything he had ever experienced.
Said it was the scariest he'd been in his life. I think that's what he told you.
Yeah. He was in an interior bathroom. Luckily, both of them were.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, from the way he described it, it just caved in.
Yeah.
And he was knocked unconscious by a rafter.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the way he described it? And I don't really think he knows what happened from that point.
Probably not.
But the good thing is that they're okay.
Yes.
The better thing is we haven't heard of any loss of life. Hopefully that continues.
Yes.
Looking at the devastation, it will be phenomenal. Ooh. Phenomenal if there's no loss of life.
It will be. It'll be a miracle. It really will, because it looks bad. We got really worried because Tracy from Just Dig It Farms lives really close to my granddaddy, and we kept texting her, but she's okay. Nothing whatsoever. So Tracy's fine.
I got real worried because
we got so worried.
Tracy's got that high-speed internet now, so I know that she got my text, and and I asked her if she was okay, and she didn't quickly respond. And luckily, Jacqueline from Head Family Farm had spoken with her before and knew that she was okay. And
yes,
just because we don't know somebody doesn't mean we don't hope that they're safe. We don't mean that by all means, but we are feeling very fortunate to have a roof over our head, and just hate devastation, and our hometown looks like it is that way. I mean, we're looking at pictures and we're like, look, we lived there for 46 and 45 years of our life.
Right.
So you know where everything is, mm-hmm. and it's just terrible for that little town.
It is. Yeah, I got friends sending me texts and pictures and little videos and stuff, and it's pretty rough right now. My parents are fine. They're north.
They're in Valley Green.
They're in Valley Green. Yeah, which is like 5 minutes. I mean, it's really part of Selma, but they just call it Valley Green. But it's about 5 minutes away. So my parents are fine. Old Cog Hill Farm was fine. This was a little south of that, and so all that's okay.
There was a time that it looked from radar like it was going to hit Mary Carl's friend Piper, and her parents' area, which is out in Sardis, which is a little bit south of Selma.
Mm-hmm.
So I messaged Tracy and Katie and mm-hmm. find out. She says, we're in a closet. And then she said, I'll let you know if we lose power, because that meant that she couldn't keep up with what was going on. Right. And that did happen. She did lose power. But luckily, she had people communicating with her, us included. It told her when it was time to come out and it was safe. And they weren't even affected.
Yeah,
while it looked like it was going directly at them.
And it looked like that we were not going to be affected, but it kind of shifted just a little bit, and it got too close for comfort for me. And I said, and I told you, I said, I think we probably just need to go on in the safe room just in case, because it's already shifted just a little bit. And so we did. We loaded up the
5 birds, 2 pigeons,
yes,
6 dogs,
yes,
and 4 people.
Yeah, it was
7 dogs.
It
and
was
4 people.
It was a tight fit in there. So, but we're okay. Just
a little shook up from our neighbors down the road.
Very much so. Very much so. Yeah, I started getting worried about Granddaddy when I saw the path where it was headed, and oh man.
I mean, you picked up the phone, and as soon as you picked up the phone and called, it was on top of them.
Yeah.
And it was just, I mean, I can't tell you what my heart felt like at the time that you were talking to her on the phone, and her responses were, you could just tell it was in the middle of what was going on.
Yeah, it was rough.
And Jason said he was thinking, here my granddaddy is. He lived to be 100 years old, and now he's affected by a tornado.
Yeah, that's
and
something.
You can't control it.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing you can do about it. And they weren't even predicting this to be a bad.
Yeah,
not bad, not tornado weather.
That's right. It wasn't supposed to be a big tornado event today. It was supposed to be a
just a weather, which
just
we
a
have a lot
yeah.
of in Alabama. But we didn't come on here for any reason except for to update you guys. Now that says Ryan Hall, y'all, on YouTube channel said, I can't read it. Jason, help me. Weather coverings. I don't know how to get it back down.
It's going so fast.
Anyway, we kept getting a lot of emails. People weren't, concerned about our safety, first of all. And second of all, they were mentioning that Ryan Hall had said something on his YouTube show about Jason's granddaddy. And we knew that there was some missing information there because what you posted on Facebook, we didn't know the whole story as far as we thought we did.
Right.
That he was actually injured. We found that out afterwards.
Right.
And because I had talked to him and he didn't tell me, he didn't tell us that initially.
Right.
So,
yeah,
we just wanted to give everybody a quick update and just not expecting to make this announcement today.
No, not at all. Yeah, this was it was scary. And I see a lot of people saying watch Ryan Hall. We do watch Ryan Hall, but our local coverage is so great. And we got one station that the main meteorologist, he knows every single road and knows all the neighborhoods, and so Ryan Hall is close, amazing, but this guy gets more specific, and he really nails it down because he's like, look, it's on Broad Street fixing to hit, this is where the Joe's restaurant is right here. So, I mean, he really gets it really, really close in. So our local coverage is amazing. They do an unbelievable job. WSFA weather, just unreal. But Ryan Hall is great too. It really is.
So it may be that I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow in Birmingham. If the roads are clear enough, it may be that you go over to Granddaddy's house and help with some cleanup.
Right.
We don't know what the situation with the roads are going to be by tomorrow because this happened at about 12:30.
Yeah, I think so.
About 12:30 maybe is, and then it didn't get over immediately. It was just the initial, and it's a mess. It is a mess. Now he does not live right there. It's probably still considered the Selma city limits, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's right out. It's not in the main city of Selma, but it's right outside Selma. But I don't know if it is or not.
The tornado was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, when we hear of damage in one part of the city and then more damage in another part of the city, it tells us how big this storm actually was.
Yeah, it's big. There's it's big. If you want to see, I don't know who's all got stuff posted, but there's a big weather meteorologist in Alabama who does Birmingham, and it's James Spann. That's James and then Spann's SPANN.
And that's on Facebook.
That's on Facebook and Twitter. And he's posting a lot of pictures because a lot of people start sending stuff in, and it'll kind of give you an idea what it looks like. But yeah, it's rough. It's unrecognizable. We're I drove down Broad Street for 22 years, 4 times a day, just about, going back and forth to work.
And not only that, but us going to school,
everything.
I mean, that was all our life.
And going down that same road on how many thousands of times, and I do not recognize it whatsoever. I can't even. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I can't even. I don't know the buildings. I don't know any of the buildings. It's just wiped out.
It's wiped out.
Yeah.
And anybody that is in an area where tornadoes are prevalent, I can't tell you the feeling that it gives you to know that you've got a storm shelter to go to in times like these.
Yep.
Because nobody ever wants to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to have to use it, but to know it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And my mama, as she was in there with us, she said, y'all, I'm so thankful for this storm shelter.
She was.
I am so thankful for this storm shelter.
Yeah.
Now, we were packed in there like sardines.
We were.
And we were having to control dogs and birds and cats and everything else. But it made us feel secure.
It did make us feel secure. It really did. it was such a relief to have.
So we're hopeful there's no loss of life. We're thankful Granddaddy and Shirley are okay. Very scary situation for our family,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to get him taken care of.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to get him taken care of. I already had some friends, Angie at Big Family Small Farm, reach out to me and said,
Mm-hmm.
look, we're coming this weekend. We're going to help y'all with Granddaddy's cleanup. And we're like, hold up. Let us see what's going on.
Even Zach sent me from Head Family Farm. He sent me a message and said he's got a trailer and chainsaw.
Well, we don't know we know it's bad.
We don't know.
We know it's bad.
We haven't seen any pictures of Granddaddy's house or anything, so we don't know.
We don't know the extent of what we could even do.
Yeah.
It may require big equipment.
Yeah.
You know, if it's the tree, the one I'm thinking about, and it's on the house, there's no way that you guys could handle that.
Yeah.
I mean, it would take
a big equipment. Yeah.
It would take something, but that's okay. I mean, we don't want to cross that bridge until we find out. But I have a feeling tomorrow we'll know more.
Mm-hmm.
Your cousin Quince and his wife are over in Selma, and she's pregnant and on bed rest. What does that mean?
Oh, don't worry about that.
And it's just he's doing everything he can, take care of Granddaddy. Just he's taken care of.
Yeah.
And we're thankful for that.
Yeah, we are.
Can you imagine how many people are going to need shelter? I mean, they're limited to the number of hotels in Selma as it is.
Yeah.
Much less the number of people that are going to need somewhere to stay.
Yes. Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. So,
but again, we're okay. Our farm's okay. Everything here's okay. It went south of us. My parents are okay. The old Cockhill farm's okay. Just my granddaddy's okay. His house is, we don't know how bad it is, but we know the roof's gone, and we know that there's a tree in his living room. But him and his wife Shirley are okay, and our hometown is in bad shape. So, but yeah, we wanted to hop on here, just let you guys know what was going on, because we're getting so many emails and messages even after I had made a post everywhere. I posted it everywhere that everything.
Yeah, I told Jason I just didn't feel comfortable about not updating, because there were still people that didn't know if we were okay,
right?
If Granddaddy was okay after the message that we put out, and just give it your all for our hometown of Selma, because there's a lot of people that need help.
Yep.
And need assistance.
Right.
Hopefully no loss of lives. Haven't heard of any, but it's early. It's really early.
It's early, but hopefully not.
We know no students' lives were lost at any of the schools, and that's a big plus, because they did not cancel any school. It wasn't supposed to be.
It wasn't supposed to be this bad.
It wasn't supposed to be this bad.
And they're so good at predicting this stuff, and that's what Josh Johnson said, our weatherman that we like so much. That's what he said earlier. He said if you would have polled 500 weather people with the information they had up to this point, he said not a single one of them would have predicted it, not one. And so, yeah, it's it was predicted to have straight line winds. It was predicted to have hail. It was supposed to be a storm system, but it wasn't supposed to be a tornado type storm system. So he said sometimes Mother Nature does what it wants to do.
But could you imagine being 100 years old?
Oh gosh.
And a tornado taking the roof off your house.
Whew.
Right above the well, I don't know. I just can't imagine all he's been through in his life.
Yeah, World War II.
Yeah. and then he's got more stories to tell.
Man.
And I'm going to hear all about it.
Yes, we are.
First chance we get.
Right. But thank you guys so much for everything. Just we can't thank you enough. We really, really can't. And keep our hometown in your thoughts and prayers. And as soon as we know something else, any updates or whatever, we'll let you guys know. And I just can't thank you guys enough.
Yes, your concern and your thoughts and your prayers are truly felt, and we have the best followers and fans in the whole wide world.
We do. It's unreal. Thank you guys. I would just, thank y'all.